Hey guys, it's Lily. Did you miss me? Last week I had sick kids and then we were just kind of all taking turns being sick and I was just not in a position to film. I had a baby attached to me. But another thing is, you guys have not left me any relationship requests. And the reason why I know this is so important, that I want to be able to speak to you guys about the problems and worries of your hearts, just concerns. I was talking to a friend of mine and she was giving me a list of ideas, personal things that she wanted to know, and it was nothing that was on my radar. I would have never made videos on those things. So that's why to me it's so important to hear your requests. So please, please, please leave your relationship questions below, and you never know, I may answer them in a future Marriage Monday. Okay guys, today's subject is very near and dear to my heart. We're talking about the power of a praying wife. Why I feel it's so important to constantly keep our husbands in our prayers. Very specific prayers. There are times in our relationships where you have said everything you needed to say, tried to do whatever you could do, and just these changes are not happening. Or maybe it's just something specific. You really want your husband to get a job, you know he wants it too, and so you just have to pray for him that he'll get it because you know he really wants something bad. It doesn't even have to be like a problem within your relationship, but just wanting the best for him. And so today I'm going to share a few ways how prayer can change your relationship and just remind you how important it actually is. So for me personally, I've had multiple times in my relationship where all I could do was pray. So the most recent one I can remember was we were looking to find a job. After my husband finished with residency, we were looking for employment. We really wanted to go to California. We were trying to go there, but it's like nothing was opening up. There was no job opportunities. We weren't even like turning down offers. There were no offers. And my husband was working with different headhunters and had sent out his CV, his resume, to multiple practices and just medical groups, and just nothing was happening. And it was stressing my husband out. He was like a few months from finishing residency. We still didn't have a job and we were freaking out. And what was making matters worse was that everyone else was like, oh, got a job here, got a job there, and people were landing jobs and we weren't. And I could tell this was really stressing out my husband. We would pray together that we could find a job, and on the side, even when my husband wasn't there, I would pray for him because I know that it was getting him down and it was just making him stressed out, and it was affecting him. It was affecting him just around the house, and his spirits were down. And so I would pray my heart out, please help him to get a job, please help him to make the right connections. But it was a very specific prayer, you guys. I would take this moment within my prayers and just dedicate it specifically for my husband and his needs. And let me tell you what that does. When you can get on your knees and pray specifically for your husband, it creates this bond with your husband. Like, he doesn't even have to be there, but it just brings you closer, because here you are just, you know, calling up God and making a special request for him. And, you know, just like your children or your whatever family member you love, you just want the best for them. And when you can kneel down and pray for your husband, it brings you closer to them. So that was something that we both wanted. And the funny thing is, you guys, the way we ended up getting a job, we ended up in Florida. It wasn't in our plans at all. And it was actually through a contact that I made years and years ago. And I could share that story another time, but it was pretty incredible how everything lined up. And I just knew that it was exactly what God wanted for our lives, and just things just lined up according to what he wanted for us. We thought we were going to California. So on a more lighter side, I have been wanting my husband to eat healthy. He drinks soda. He doesn't eat awful, but at work, I know, you know, he works at a hospital and they just have all the buffet of a million things to eat with a dessert at the end of the tray and a soda every day. And I just wanted him to, I'm all into like organic living and natural stuff, and he does it, but it's not like something that he wants. So I would just pray my heart out, please Lord, help him to have a desire to want to eat healthy. And you guys, it took months and months and months of praying, but finally one day he came home and he looked at his gut and he was like, babe, you're gonna get your way. I'm ready to, you know, make some changes. And I was like, yes! Because you guys, nothing I said was working, nothing I was trying to like, hey, read this, like, it wasn't working. And I know that it was my prayers that, you know, gave him that change of heart. And so it could be something small, like, please help my husband to eat healthy, or something major, a life change, like we needed a job. We needed a job to live, and so we were praying our hearts out for that. Pray that they stay away from temptation. There are people in the workforce, they're in constant contact with other people, and the conversations with coworkers and stuff. I think it's so important that we keep our husbands protected and just pray for them that they will just stay away from any temptations or, you know, just things that may lure them and try to break up your family. You can pray about your sex life. If you're having a hard time and just you're not connecting in that way and things aren't working out, pray about it. Your husband has road rage and you just don't know how to get through to him, pray about it, you guys. If your husband is struggling with an addiction or anger problems or, you know, getting along with his family, pray for him. Pray, pray, pray. I promise you that God answers our prayers, especially when it comes to our families. Our families are the greatest gift that He has given us, and so God is going to protect that. I've never made a video like specifically talking about God in this way, but we're talking about prayer here. Maybe you pray to someone else. I guess we can keep it general like that, but I pray to God, and I know that He answers our prayers, and I know that He wants all of our marriages to work out. Don't forget to pray specifically for your husbands. It will bring you closer, and it will create a beautiful bond. And when those prayers get answers, you're just gonna look up and be like, thank you, God. I know that came from you. I've seen this happen in my life, guys. I know He can do the same for you. Don't forget to pray for your husbands. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave your relationship questions below. If not, I will answer any questions you leave in the comments below. Bye, guys.